Hello lovely ones, Lorien here with Wellington Witch. I'm here today to do a reading that not many of you have probably expected of me in the past. This is all about the future of the royal family. So this is going to be focused on their future as of the passing of Prince Philip. I did try and do this a few weeks ago, but basically all I got was wait. So maybe now is the prime time to explore this subject. And the reason that they told me to wait was because they knew this was coming. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards. There will be other cards too. Let me just say that this is all alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is by no means fact. Please do not sue me. I'm not saying that this is actually 100% real. This is, anything that comes up is for the purpose of entertainment. Thank you very much. Right. So let's just have a look at what the first cards have to say. Just want to look at what the lay of the land is over the next few weeks, maybe the next month as seasons change, just to see what information comes through in regards to them. Okay, so let's have a look. See? Okay, what's going on with the royal family, please? Woo, you're very active. all right. Okay. So, there's a few you wanted to come through. Okay, let me just do another quick shuffle. If you wanted to come through, please do show yourself. Okay, thank you. So what do we have here? The Tower. Well, that's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? Also, if you can hear Popeye the Sailor Man, that's the local ice cream van coming around. So I do apologise about that in the first place. So the Tower. We know that this is kind of a very huge deal at the moment. The very long, no matter your opinion about him, he has been in the royal family for a long time. And this has actually shaken the foundations, not just maybe of the royal family, but also of Her Majesty, her Queen. I call her Queenie myself, but Queenie. So she's going to be feeling like she is shaken. I think, she's probably feeling like there's a great loss hole in her life. But I do also feel that this is resulting tremors too of the interview, the infamous interview with Oprah. This is kind of been rumbling for a while. Much like the volcanoes that are erupting in the world right now, it feels like there's something going on here. Five of Pentacles, yes, okay. I am supported and never alone. That's good to see. I do feel that there may be five people surrounding or very key right now within the royal family. I must say that even though I'm British, I don't know 100% everything to do with the royal family. I'm not like a very staunch royalist or anything, but I do see five people. Maybe she's Queenie, and then Charles, William, Kate, and Harry. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Anne. I don't know, but there's five key players here. Okay, Five of Cups. So we have the grief here, of course. So yeah, she needs to be supported. She needs to be shown that her grief has an outlet and she can grieve in private. I mean, it's not something you ever think of, the Queen crying, but I do feel that she's going to reach out to some people. People are also wanting to put things aside and come to comfort her. I see that they want to dissolve some tension, dissolve some disagreements here. Because there's a lot of regret in this card as well. There's a lot of feeling of insecurity here. So it could be that they're kind of rallying around and, circling the troops, as it were, recalibrating the foundations. But also with this card, it feels like there is a regret here. There's not just loss and bereavement, there's a regret coming in. And then this card, Page of Cups. I am as young as I choose to feel. So with the Page of Cups, I honestly believe this is more to do with focusing on the youth that there is in the family. It could be that there's some kind of creative, synchronized effort in order to now pull the focus on the younger generations that are going to come up. I honestly feel like there's going to be some comfort within the grandchildren, or the great grandchildren as it is. So it could be William's children. I'm not sure about the situation with Archie, but I do feel that there's a lot going on within this that makes me feel like looking to the younger generation that's going to basically, I think Queenie's done. She's like, okay, this marks the end now of kind of a huge era for me. This is the kind of the end of my era coming up. I think it's kind of brought some things home to her, and the focus is 100% going to be on the younger generations, but not just Charles, who is next in line. This is also going to be on William. I think William is prime. He's been definitely groomed and made, molded to quickly take the reins as soon as he can as well. I think there's going to be a focus on him more so than Charles and Camilla. I feel like it's more going to be him here. But I do feel younger generations are definitely going to play a part in this. And it could even be little baby George or Louis. I'm getting the males here rather than females. But, it just feels like there's something focusing on the younger generation over the next few weeks. I think breathing fresh air into a staunch system, a system that's been here for a while, because now it's kind of crumbling at the top. There's going to be something new coming in. Sort of the long-lasting stones are kind of breaking to give birth to new stones to grow and create a new foundation. So that's definitely what I feel is coming through here. And Three of Swords, yeah, heartbreak, loss, a little bit of grief here too, separation, also breakdown of communication though. So it could be that there's kind of an argument that may come through, or some kind of disagreement, should we say, that comes through in the future. And again, I see three males here, so there could be an argument between three males that comes out in the press eventually. I don't think it's going to be immediately, but I do think it's going to be eventually. That disagreement is going to happen, and that disagreement is going to kind of be a focus sort of within the press. Okay, so let's have a look and see what else we've got. So that's in the next few weeks. Let's see what's the longer term. What's in the longer term? Okay. Alright, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, my favourite card. The Moon. Again, young energy stepping up to the plate. So Nine of Pentacles is basically about gratitude and luxury and feeling like you have it all. It also shows independence. So I feel like a lot more royals are going to get more independence. So they're not just going to be doing as the schedule decrees. They're actually going to be having more to do with their own lives and being very independent. And I think that's just to kind of do the pressure, break the pressure a little bit. So just kind of easing off the pressure on their personal lives slightly. The Moon is interesting. I think somebody has grand ideas or visions of grandeur that aren't necessarily there, and they're missing something that's important. They're missing something that they should be focusing on. It feels like they're looking at the wrong thing. They're not really focused on what they should be taking care of. They're focused on what they can become or what they can do, what they can be, or how they can be perceived, and gathering something. And like whether that's to manipulate others, I don't know. It just feels like there's something that they want to achieve here that's very key. I do feel it could be the entire monarchy that maybe is focusing on the wrong things, or focusing on, again, alleged entertainment purposes only. None of this is fact. This could be something that is kind of, going into a little bit of the above their station type thing. But I do feel a lot of things are shifting around. It's like a particular stage has had a set for a long time, and now they're completely redoing the set. They're reshaping the production, a new director's coming in, and it's actually reshaping everything. But if he doesn't have, or they don't have, the key of the vision, I think it's going to do them more harm than good, really. But it's a game of charades. It's a game of smoke and mirrors at the moment. Everything's going to be happening behind the scenes, and I feel like it's going to be shifting around for them to actually come through at the end and kind of not reveal it in a ta-da fashion, but it happens underneath our noses. It's like suddenly we blink and it's all changed. It's like, oh wow, okay. It just feels that way. Page of Swords here. Very curious, very energetic, a lot of messages, a lot of scholarly things. I feel like this could be somebody with a very bright mind, somebody who has the right ideas, has the understanding of the direction that they want to go. They've taken the sword from the Ace of Swords, which is power, victory, clarity. They've read up on it, they've gone through a journey, and now they can actually pick themselves back up and utilize this energy. I feel this is very strong for May, so I could see something in May of 2021. It just feels like something is very much a new education or new system or something like that, and they are taking the reins of something. The sun, so by summer something's going to happen. Okay, interesting. So not only do we have like the sun and the moon, we also have two nines which are very opposite each other. So we have the Nine of Swords, which is depression and anxiousness and anxiety, despair, sleep, not being able to sleep at night. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like, I feel so soft and think something's going to switch for somebody. So somebody who feels very cushy, very comfortable now, they're not going to feel comfortable for very long. They're going to feel okay. So they've also got books. So maybe it's they know too much. Maybe it's that they've read a lot into it, or even though how much they've prepared this, even though they feel like they're prepared for everything and they know everything down to the last letter, they are not prepared for whatever's happened, or whatever happens, should I say, because this is definitely in the future. So I think that even though they are trying to prepare it, they're trying to keep ahead of the game. It's something that just feels a little bit dampened here. But the sun is definitely an opposite. Things come out rosy. Maybe they weren't prepared for things to be so rosy for somebody else or for something else. Maybe some consequences have not actually come into play here. I don't know, it just feels very weird. I get the feeling that this is somebody younger and they feeling a little bit more like they want to achieve a lot, or a lot of pressure is to be a certain way, but it just doesn't feel like they can match that up. But if you look out the window here, they've got the sun there, and they just need to look at the positives. They need to look at what maybe they know that they're missing out on this. I don't know. It just feels like, oh, I'm missing out on this. I'm missing out on this joy. I'm missing out on this creation here. And I feel a little bit like out of sorts. Now, I don't know who this is. They're not telling me who this is. But you may find around summertime, when things are actually getting a little bit more back to normal, you start to see a change in somebody within the royal circus, so to speak. And they have like this fear of missing out, this I don't like the fact that I'm emotionally removed from the situation. So that's kind of what I'm feeling there. Let me just take a look at who we have here. So here we have the Archetype Cards. So we're just going to have a look and see who the three main players are going to be, maybe for the next 6 months, as this change happens. And if I need to, I will do some clarifiers as well. Okay. Who are the three main players over the next few months, or even the next rest of the year, for the royal family? Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, I don't know whether these three are it. I don't think so. I feel like you are. I feel like the one I'm holding with my bottom hand here. I feel like you're hidden. Okay. And for some reason, oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera over there. For some reason, I feel like that's Kate. I don't know why. I'll come to that last. But the first one we have is Mystic. Okay, so revels in intimate union with the divine. I feel like this could be somebody who is very religious as well, if not somebody who goes to people to have that kind of connection. It could even be a spiritual advisor to somebody in particular around the family. But I do feel that it is somebody who either manifests or is somebody who really draws it in, draws in what they desire. But I do feel this person is very much in tune with their spiritual side, and so they're going to be quite important. And I don't think this is actually within the royal family, but I do feel that this person is advising or seeking answers from somebody outside. And the next one we have is Pioneer. So a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before, and compulsive need to keep moving on. So I know the one thing that I kept hearing in the little news bits were that Philip was like a modernizer, or he wanted to change things and all that kind of stuff. I think with this one, this is somebody who wants to change. It could be Charles. Change what the monarchy is, how the monarchy is defined. He wants to. Oh, sorry. Again, they want to change the way things are perceived, but also be of more value. That's what it feels like to me. They want to be of more value, not just putting their names to things, not just like endorsing things. They want to actually be of value, and I think that's going to be something that's very key. So again, I had a feeling that this was Kate. Let's see. A poet. Okay. So expresses soul, insights, and symbolic language. Okay. Yeah. With this one, I feel like she's very sensitive. But also the poet here, she recently went to a memorial and placed flowers. So I do feel that she's the type of person who, that was very symbolic. She, placing flowers at somebody's memorial, that's very symbolic. So I think she's going to be more of the person who delivers the emotion in different ways. So she could be very in tune with what this pioneer, it could be William, but I just feel it's Charles maybe, or maybe Charles and William. Or she's going to be very much a voice for whatever they're doing, and maybe the interpretation of what that person wants to do is going to be more what she can work with. I don't feel this is a rigid thing. This is more like I want to explore things. But I genuinely feel that there is a change. They want to get ahead of the curve. They want to get ahead of something now, because it is all change. This is all change. I was expecting things to be just going back to how they were, or just kind of doing whatever it is they normally do. But no, they want to change completely. They want a big change, but it's going to be gradual. And I think it's going to be, you just notice this when it is coming organically. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think is happening? What do you read from these cards? Is there anything that I've said that you go, oh, that is? Because again, for those of you who know the royal family more than I do, please let me know. But yeah, I think this is very interesting. It seems to hearken to a new phase for them, for sure. They're wanting to build a bridge, and they're wanting to get over to the next era, I think, and kind of rush up to meet the times, and not necessarily be relevant, but just something that feels very pure, honest, connective, and more value, which could be what this person's trying to do too, which just feels more spiritually guided, really. But let me know in the comments, and I look forward to hearing about all your theories and stuff as well. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you soon.